again. Hello, welcome to Hatty Waiver Wire Guru. This is getting into week 4. I got a ton of information, so I'm going to fly through this video. Hopefully I get it all in before, not too long, whatever. Anyway, so let's recap some of the players that I picked from week 1 to week 3 just to rehash, because we all know watching the waiver wire is how you win a championship. Week 1 recommendation that was big was Mike Williams out of Tampa Bay. Week 2, you have Peyton Hillis, who obviously had a great week this week. Mark Clayton from week 2, Jermaine Grisham, Michael Vick from week 2, so that was a big week. And then last week had Sam Bradford, Marshawn Lynch, Ben Jarvis, green-ellis, Aaron Hernandez, and Brandon Jackson was also back in week 2. I forgot that one. You know, that's a lot of players there that you could be choosing from that should be hitting your waiver wire. Now going into week 4, you have bye weeks, so it's even more important to watch that waiver wire, know who to pick up. Week 4, you know, you have Dallas, Minnesota, Kansas City, and Tampa Bay on bye weeks. Don't start anybody on that. So let's go through the quarterbacks, then running backs, wide receiver, tight end, and that'll be it. Let's start off with the quarterbacks first. I only have 2 spot starters. First spot starter is Charlie Batch. Obviously, he's not going to be around too much longer. Had a great week last week. Only should be used in a spot starter type situation. Not going to be a long-term performer. Don't expect 3 touchdowns every week either. Next pick is Rob Gronkowski from Oakland. He has a pretty nice matchup next week, so it could be a great bye week fill-in, and then you drop him. He's going up against Houston, so he should throw up some really good numbers. Rob Gronkowski is a really nice spot starter for next week. Let's move on to running back. First choice is Kenneth Darby. With Steven Jackson going down, Kenneth Darby is a grab. Steven Jackson has a slight groin pull, should be back. Maybe even a little next week. I doubt it. He'll rest 1 week and then come back the week after. So Darby isn't a long-term option. You're going to hear a lot of people talk about Larry Johnson, but I don't think the Rams will get him because the injury to Steven Jackson isn't that big. So Kenneth Darby next week could be another bye week filler, but also for you Steven Jackson owners, he does get injured, so Kenneth Darby should be someone you should own. Moving on, let's go with Peyton Hillis. If you don't already have him from a couple weeks ago, probably shouldn't be on your waiver wire, but if he happens to be, please go grab him. And then last week we talked about Ben Jarvis, green-ellis. Again, he's getting the majority of the carries in New England. Also, that being said, it is a New England running back, so they tend to change those guys out. But green-ellis is the guy to own there, and somebody that if you got room for, go ahead and put him on your bench. A couple of people to watch, I'd give them a really close eye. If you have a really big league and have extra room on your bench, you got LeGarrette, Blount out of Tampa Bay. You know, Carnell Williams is starting to lose carries to this guy. This guy's a pretty explosive runner. If he's out there, it could be a nice stash, especially in dynasty leagues. He's a you know, relatively young guy. Next is Ryan Torain. I think that's a pretty big person to watch. A lot of people are talking Kalen Williams in Washington, who else I also think looks good. But Ryan being healthy, he's played for Mike Shanahan before, he's started for Mike Shanahan before, and he looked pretty good. So Ryan Torain, for all you Portis owners, you know, that's a really nice handcuff. That's who I'm watching. My spot starters for next week, Maurice, Javad Best has stage 2 turf toe, so he will be down for a little while or in and out. It kind of lingers, and he's got injury issues. You knew that drafting him, so Maurice is definitely someone to spot start next week. Also spot start for next week for all you Ray Rice owners. He's probably not going to play at all next week. You got Willis, McGahee. I really like that. Super deep leagues, you can look at LaRon McClain, but really Willis, McGahee is the one to own. All right, moving on, wide receiver. I'm going to try and move through these. Andre Johnson has an injury he's dealing with, still going to play, but that makes Jacoby Jones and Kevin Walter great pickups to have in your league. So Jacoby and Kevin Walter, go for it. Next, I like this guy a lot, getting a lot of looks, Danny Amendola. He's slowly becoming Sam Bradford's favorite target. Not the fastest guy on the planet, not the most explosive guy, but still young and getting tons of looks from Bradford. So Danny Amendola is a great pick. Who am I watching? I'm watching Arrelious Benn, starting to get worked in into some snaps in Tampa Bay, and as he catches hold, that was his problem, is really getting a hold of the system. You know, he could take off, so that's somebody I'm keeping an eye on. Next, for your spot starters, with Demaryius Thomas getting an injury, you saw him booking down the field. He's super fast. He makes a tackle, something he doesn't do often, and strains his wrist, out for a couple weeks most likely. That's going to make Jabar, Gaffney, and especially Brandon Lloyd a guy to own. You know, Denver's throwing the ball a ton. I really like Brandon Lloyd a lot while Demaryius Thomas is out. I still like Demaryius Thomas, so don't get me wrong. But Brandon Lloyd's the one to own, I think, while Demaryius is out. Same with Gaffney. Next is Lance Moore. You know, you're not going to get that from him every week. Breeze spreads the ball around. If you're in a super deep league, you know, Lance Moore is getting enough looks to be a playable option in very deep leagues. And last, this guy, spot starter, I kind of like is Deion Branch. Older guy in Seattle, making a name for himself. Mike Williams has been pretty good. But really, Deion Branch is, you know, he got a touchdown last week. He's been targeted a lot. This is kind of a nice, deeper pick. Spot starter type player, especially for the bye weeks. So Deion Branch, he's on a ton of waiver wires right now. And finally, tight ends. Nothing new here. The grabs are Aaron Hernandez, Jermaine Grisham, and Tony Moeaki. Those are the three guys out there. If you want to get even deeper, you can go Todd Heap. But really, you know, as tight ends go, there's lots of options this year. The tight end is probably the deepest position in the league. So there should be lots of options for you at that position, and you wouldn't have to worry too much. That's it for week 4. Email me to Hatty Waiver Wire Guru at hattywaiverwireguru.com. Check out the website. We have articles. We have rankings for you every week. You know, pick up one of these trophies for your league. And really, that's about it. You know, good luck in week 4. Trying to make it through the bye weeks, so waiver wires are key. Good luck.